What is up, everybody? Happy Monday to you. Wow, so much going on in the galaxy. I am just like keeping myself focused, but you know how you check in, you just like, let me see what's going on with the craziness today. Um, Follow up from my last video about Diddy and Cassie. Obviously, Diddy got rid of that problem really quickly. It pays to be rich, I'm telling you. My only incentive for having a rich guy is to have things like that be able to happen, where you got a problem, people problem, issue problem, you got enough money to make it go away. Yeah, that's the best position in life to be in, when you got enough money to make problems go away. Um, and Diddy was able to do that. He settled really quickly with Cassie and got her out of there. Here's your money. Don't say nothing else about me. She probably got a fresh new NDA to sign. And also, she's probably signed something saying that, hey, after this settlement, you are not going to be able to shake me up for any traumas that you have dealt with while you were with me. And, here's the thing. I want to just touch on this point really quickly. The whole Cassie Diddy situation is that classic case of a younger, ambitious woman with a much older, powerful man. And that much older, powerful man understands her ambitions, what she wants. And he is in the position to be able to help her to realize those ambitions. But a lot of times, these men don't come with purity of heart. They're not doing it because they really want to see this beautiful young woman who decided to be with them to succeed. A lot of times, these men use mind games on these younger women. They manipulate these younger women. They put them in a position where they're fearful to exit a situation. And sometimes it's not even fear that drives them not to want to exit a situation. It's really that thirst for relevance. So I am pretty sure Cassie understood that once I separate from Diddy, he has really robbed the best parts of my years. 10 years is a lot of time for anybody to give to somebody else. And a lot of these older men, what they do is they get these younger women, they rob them of their youth, they rob them of their vitality, and then when they get older, it's just like, okay, going on somewhere, whatever. We saw this with Diddy with Kim Porter, right? He had that woman during her youth, right? And when she got older, it was like on to the next, right? And that's what people like Diddy are about, right? They want a young, hot arm piece on them, right? And a lot of these women want to be that young, hot arm piece, but they don't understand that you got to sacrifice something too. And a lot of times, to be in a position to be some of those types of guys, RPs, you're going to be doing something that compromises your dignity and morality. And that's just the reality of any situation. Nobody deserves to be treated like that, but that is the reality of dealing with certain characters in certain statuses of life. These people are highly arrogant and narcissistic. They don't want to see anybody shine around them. And a lot of them, they have these beautiful women, but they know that these women are attractive to other men. So they're going to do everything they can to make sure that they keep her on a lower frequency and in line. And I think that's basically what Cassie dealt with that duration of time that she was with Diddy. Diddy seems like an incredibly controlling man, and that could be rooted from a number of things, maybe influences that he's been around in the industry all these years, seeing how other shady, powerful men interact with people, or it could be, some, rooted insecurity he had when he was younger, and when he got to a position of power, he did not turn into the best person that he could be. He turned into the worst person that anybody could be around, especially if you're a woman. And that seems to be, the case here, where you have this older, powerful guy And he's basically targeting these young women so that he can rob their dignity, rob whatever he can out of them or whatever, but then do that whole Stockholm thing where he beats her, then he gives her flowers, he beats her, then he gives her flowers. And I understand, it's so hard to comprehend why some women stay in abusive relationships. But there's so many factors that go into why a lot of these women are fearful to leave. So kudos to Cassie for gaining some power. I think Cassie felt like if she sued him, then it could be another form of protection for her. So if he started to harass her or retaliate against her, or she started to experience certain things that she experienced while she's with him, it does kind of make it easier for her to set that case up against him. So it's going to be interesting. There are a number of other women who are coming out talking about their experience with Diddy. And again, here's the thing. Some of these women know what kind of man Diddy is, and yet they want to be that chick. You know what I mean? Like Young Miami is with Diddy. I'm pretty sure she knows, all about what Cassie is talking about. But when you want to be that chick on the arm of this guy with all this relevance and money, sometimes, you tend to compromise yourself a little bit more without a lot of care. But getting off of that, what was that other topic that I wanted to talk? You guys know I talk off the top of my head. That's how this blog works. I see the topic. I'm like, I am going to chime in on that particular topic. But you have people who are, there's a couple of Psyop things that are going on. That's what I want to talk about, the Psyops, right? You got CardiB, you got Michael Rappaport coming out talking about how they were deceived and, I'm not voting for Joe Biden and Joe Biden isn't the choice. And obviously there is an organized takedown of Joe Biden. It's very clear. First of all, nobody should have been listening to CardiB about Joe Biden in the first damn place. If you were somebody who was listening to CardiB give you political advice, you're an idiot for taking it. Straight up. It's like you don't take investment advice from celebrities and you don't take political advice from celebrities, because a lot of times these people are paid to project. They are paid to project things that they may not be educated and intelligent enough to really be projecting, but they're paid to project it anyways because they have some level of influence and people may listen to them. And unfortunately, people did. Now, CardiB, if she was truly intelligent, she would know that when it comes to ridiculous taxation on almost anything coming up for colorful reasons to tax people because you don't want them to do something, Democrats are notorious for that. And her being a high net worth person, she should absolutely care about how her earnings are being short squeezed at any time. But she's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and yet people will project her as being as such. And so with Michael Rappaport and CardiB ranting and raving about this, that, or other, I would encourage people not to even listen to those people. Don't even pay attention to them. Let them rant like little maniacs, but don't listen to people like that. Make your own decision. And I always tell people, stop voting on politics. Stop voting on political rhetoric and start voting on their policies. You need to be asking the people that want to represent you, what are you going to do if I elect you? What kind of policies are you going to be supporting? And what kind of policies are you going to be against? These are very critical questions to ask somebody who is looking to represent you in your government. And people are not asking those questions. And they're buying into political propaganda and all this racism rhetoric and all this crazy stuff. And they're making decisions that are not in their best interest. So don't listen to celebrities. Don't take investment advice from celebrities. Do not take political advice from celebrities. And that is my 2 cents for today. I may see you guys later on this week, but until then, have a wonderful holiday week. Bye.